Hey, what's up? How you doing, everyone? I'm James Amero, and this is SwitchWatch, your home for all the latest Nintendo Switch reviews. If you want to get them straight to your inbox, then why not consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'm back today with another review, and this one is FIFA 19. Yes, it's a big one by EA Sports, but does it improve on last year's enough, and is it worth your hard-earned cash? Let's jump in and find out. Last year I reviewed FIFA 18, the first FIFA game to grace a Nintendo console since 2013, and whilst it did have major issues, I was impressed with a fully fledged version of FIFA on a handheld console. Fast forward a year and EA have once again opted to stick with a custom engine for FIFA 19 on the Switch rather than trying to port the Frostbite version used on other consoles these days. The result is a markedly different game, both graphically, in features and modes, and even in the feel of gameplay. If you were to have a choice of which console to buy this on and didn't care about playing it on the move, then it's pretty simple: buy it on either Xbox or PlayStation. For everyone else, the question is, have EA done enough to make you part with your cash for this update just 1 year later? The biggest gameplay change this year is the need for precision with passes, long balls and through balls. In recent years you could get the power wrong on a pass and there was a fairly high chance it would find its mark anyway. In FIFA 19 that's not the case. Tap a through ball when you need more power and it will sadly dribble away from your foot. This takes some getting used to and feels quite jarring at first, but it leads to a more realistic match. This change combines with the need to set your feet. For example, quickly passing a ball in the opposite direction you are facing will mean the ball stumbles. Just like in real life, you will need to get the ball under control before hitting that killer pass. These two changes lead to a more gritty match experience with balls bouncing off of opponents and less bombing down the wings. In short, this iteration feels less arcade-like. Elsewhere, there have been further changes, including the option of a weighted pass achieved by holding R when you release, which can lead to some zippy 1-2s. Finishing has been overhauled as well. We have the timed finishing mechanic for that extra oomph when striking, which leads to an interesting choice. A timed finish is triggered by pressing the shoot button as your foot makes contact with the ball after. If you time it right, your shot will be more accurate and powerful, but time it wrong and your shot will be much more likely to miss the target. Choice is always good, so I like that you can disregard this option completely without suffering from the penalty or gaining from its benefit for a more reliable and predictable outcome. Overall, I noticed an increased rate of success on long-range shots, which does border on the edge of being a little bit too easy to score from outside the area. Goalkeeper's distribution is in keeping with other consoles, which I personally like. Aiming left and right won't move the keeper's position, which is especially useful when you're playing against a friend locally, as this won't signpost where you're kicking the ball out to. The changes are numerous on the pitch, enough so that playing FIFA 18 and FIFA 19 will feel very different during a match, and most of these changes are welcome, though some players won't like the pace and will find it odd in comparison to last year's outing. Career mode has returned, and in all honesty it's pretty much the same as last year's version with some additional player formations. We don't have journey mode here, and you can tell because the audio from last year seems to be in use. Ultimate Team is back, and the biggest change is the ability to play friendly seasons with your mates. A welcome addition, though we are missing division, rivals, squad battles and the weekend league modes, which is a shame as these offerings do provide more depth. Tournament mode has seen an overhaul that gives us a lot of options, which is especially useful when playing locally with friends, as you can choose between knockout, league and group and knockout options. The list of real tournaments is impressive as well, including a huge number of tournaments. In England, for example, you could play the Checkatrade Trophy, the Premier League down to League 2, the Carabao Cup and even the Emirates Cup, through to leagues and cups from all around the world. Another excellent addition is the overhauled kickoff mode. Like many people, when I play with a group of friends, we often mess about with winner stays on, best of threes and randomising team selection to some degree to mix up play. EA have accounted for this with the ability to customise your play experience. Options include headers and volleys where only those types of goals count, no rules mode, which is nuts, there are no fouls or offsides so anything goes, survivor which acts as winner stays on and a whole bunch more. All of this comes with some stats so you can track who is winning and what's going on over a play session. This is a huge improvement when it comes to local multiplayer. Getting together with some mates is going to be great with this mode, and it certainly plays up to EA's pitch that FIFA on the Nintendo Switch is a more social experience when excusing some of their other missing features. Local play on multiple Switches is also a really awesome addition, especially if you want to do a knockout tournament. Speaking of social, one of the crippling features last time around was the inability to play against a friend online. This time it's fixed and you can play online seasons, friendlies and ultimate team matches and seasons against a buddy.
Well, this is it, an occasion of true grandeur. The date has been ringed in red for months now, and the stage is set here in the Spanish capital for the UEFA Champions League final. My name is Derek Ray. My co-commentator to help describe all the action is, of course, Lee Dixon, and we're fast approaching kick-off time here at the magnificent Estadio Metropolitano.
Lee Dixon and Derek Ray step in and add their commentary in FIFA 19, and it's good to hear a change from the usual suspects. That said, the repertoire hasn't been built up to the same depth given it's their first time around, so it's good to combine them with the usual suspects. Having all of the major leagues as well as pinching the Champions League from Pro Evo leads to some nice commentary that pulls you into the drama at hand. Combine this with the live updates in which the commentary reflects the team's real life standing at any point, and you have a potent mix for immersive audio. As always, FIFA 19 doesn't disappoint in the music department with a library of music worthy of someone's iPhone. You have the ability to create a playlist and other nice tweaks let you ensure your favourites appear at the right time. Plus we have the Champions League anthem this time to set that feeling of being in an important match. The visuals have been significantly upgraded versus last year. This time around you can see that whilst the core engine was based on one from a few years back, they have made a decent effort to bring it much closer to FIFA on other consoles. Character detail in particular looks great when on a TV. Everything runs smoothly without any lag, and replays have both great quality and excellent new angles to show off that wonder goal. Improved lighting and pitch degradation are welcome tweaks as well. With EA securing even more leagues in competition, it's an immensely strong visual experience with every major league being licensed here. The official style packs for La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Champions League and the Premier League, for example, all include official balls and banners down to the replay style and text overlay we see when watching a respective match on TV. It's an impressive feat when you consider this is equally true all the way down to League 2. Whilst we are not up to the dizzy graphical heights as other home consoles, the gap has certainly been decreased, and of course you can play on the move with the Switch. Here the update is less pronounced, the graphics are improved, but not as much though. I would say that when you are on the move, the size of the screen makes this lower quality less noticeable. Coming in at £45 in the UK and around $60 in the US, the game is not on the cheap side. In some areas, graphics, gameplay and multiplayer, we have excellent additions and improvements, whilst in others, Ultimate Team and Career Mode for example, the changes are less significant. If you do not own FIFA 18, it's a no-brainer. This is a very comprehensive offering from EA Sports and is particularly a blast against friends locally. It's also great on the move on your own. If you do own FIFA 18, then the gameplay improvements are solid, as is the ability to play against friends online, but you likely wouldn't be seeing a huge upgrade in your single player gaming, especially in the largely untouched career mode. FIFA 19 is the best handheld football game ever created, taking the crown from last year's iteration hands down. Whilst it's not a direct comparison to FIFA 19 on other consoles, and does have some noticeably lacking features, there is no doubt that the gameplay and graphics have been improved, and the ability to play online against friends, a crucial missing piece last year, has been fixed. Overall, this is an amazing game on the move and a very solid one when docked. Overall then, this one is a very solid 8 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And what do you think? Do you agree with me? Are you going to pick this one up? Leave us a comment down below. Thanks very much for watching. I'm James Zamero. This is SwitchWatch. See you again soon.